Welcome, friends. I'm Kristen with Into the Light Healing and Bodywork. This yoga practice was mindfully created for when you're feeling sick. So let's grab some props to support the practice today, whether you have yoga bolster or pillows, folded blanket, yoga blocks. Just have all that stuff nearby, and also be near a wall or a couch for one of our poses. And let's ask the Holy Spirit to be with us as we get started. We will begin in child's pose. So if you would like to have a pillow or a folded blanket underneath you for this, go ahead and set that down on your mat in front of you. And then we're going to just separate our knees a little bit and create some space for the chest and belly. And then if you'd like to just lower down over your bolster, and you can adjust so that your head is comfortable, whether you're turning to the side or planting your face right down on the pillow. And then we can stretch our arms, either stretch them out in front and feel a nice stretch through the upper shoulders, or bring them all the way back to your sides. Try to find some peace and ease in this posture. Finding your breath. As I read to you from the book of Psalms, the Lord will sustain him on his sick bed. You turn down his bedding whenever he is ill. Even I have said, Lord, take note of me, heal me, although I have sinned against you. Consider God's words, and as you're resting here, just really think about and note how God is always with us, even when we're sick. And then as we're ready, let's shift our body forward, plant the hands at the top of the yoga mat. And we're going to shift all the way through into a cobra. So if you want to just scooch your bolster to the side if you have that. And then just let your torso lower down. Try to keep your abdominal muscles engaged just a little bit here. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Lift the chest. Retract the head. Little bit of work. And then we're going to tighten the tummy. Pull the sit bones back, lifting into table. Cross the shins and shift your weight all the way back. We're going to lengthen the legs out in front. Straight if you can. And then bending from the hips, we're going to reach our hands towards the feet. If you need to have a little bend, that's okay. Sometimes we need a little bit of grace in our practice, and just allowing your body to do what it needs to do. Breathe here. If you are able to relax your hands down to the sides of your feet, keep lengthening the spine. Also from Psalms, bless the Lord my soul, and do not forget all his gifts, who pardons all your sins and heals all your diseases. Thank you, Lord, for the gift of health. Thank you for the reminders of our health when we get sick. Sometimes I notice it's harder to be thankful for things when we're in the good zone. And I think sometimes that's why maybe bad things happen, is to help get us back on track, to help remind us, get back on God's path. And then let's slowly just walk our hands up. And then we're going to cross our legs here and shift forward, coming onto hands and knees. Then lean your weight over onto the left side and bring your right foot up beside or between the hands. We're going to tuck the left toes under, and then we're going to roll through the foot. So we're going to plant that left heel down, and that's going to kind of change your pelvis. But we're going to lengthen the spine here. Plant the left hand either on your bolster or on a yoga block, or any height that you need in order to be supported here. And you want to think about keeping a straight line from your heel all the way up through the top of your head. We're going to rotate the torso to the right. Put the right thumb in the right armpit, and then straighten the right arm so that your arm is kind of in front of your forehead. Nice, strong spine here, tight tummy. And then we're going to go ahead and lower that hand down. Straighten the right knee. And then walk the hands, pivoting the toes as we go. Toes pointing forward here. I'm going to scooch this to the other side. If you are able to have your hands on the floor, go for that. If not, use your block, use your bolster. And then we're just going to let ourselves sink into this a little bit. Releasing tension, finding ease. Try to keep a long spine, active abdominals. Reading from the book of Revelation. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There shall be no more death or mourning, wailing or pain, for the old order has passed away. Let's walk our hands over to the left foot, and we're going to pivot on the heels again, bending that left knee to come over top of the left ankle. Right foot's at an angle. And then we're going to plant the bolster here. Right hand is going to go on the bolster or near the left foot. We're going to rotate the torso, lifting up a little bit so that your body's in a nice straight line from the heel all the way to the crown of the head. Left thumb comes to armpit, and then we're going to shoot that arm straight up. Arm is kind of near your forehead. And then let's bring that right back down. And come straight knee, walk back here. And then we're going to come into a kneeling posture. So however you need to get there, bringing one leg down and then the other. Point your toes back behind you. And then come to sit on your heels. Next we're going to do a little lion pose. So what that is basically yoga for your face. But it also helps to do other things for the body and the immune system. So what we do is take a deep breath in, and then on an exhale, with eyes closed, and then on an exhale we open the eyes and look up and stick the tongue out as far as you can, and you make noise while you're breathing out. So it looks like this. So let's do that together 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And relax. You can either stay seated like this or come into a cross-legged seat. We're going to put the right hand on the left knee, left hand behind. Nice tight tummy here. Pull the belly button in and up, rib cage together, and then rotate ever so gently to your left. Try to let your breath slowly sink you into a deeper stretch, but remember not to force anything. Come back to center. Switch sides. Inhaling long, tall spine first. And then exhaling, rotating. We're going to interlace the fingers behind our backs. And as we bow forward with an exhale, keep the spine nice and long as best you're able. And our hands are going to lift up, palms towards the ceiling. So breathe in and then breathe out, lifting the palms. Breathe in, come back up. Length through the spine, almost like you're pulling with the back of your head. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale. And then last one. Release the hands and bring them to cross over top of your chest. So right on that front bone here, seated underneath that breastbone is a little organ called the thymus, and that is the seat of immune function within the body. Let's take a few moments to honor that. Quite a big feature, quite a big function for such a small gland organ. Reading from the book of John. When Jesus heard this, he said, "This illness is not to end in death, but is for the glory of God, so that the Son of God may be glorified through it." Is there a way that you can use your illness to give glory to God? And we're going to finish today with a pose called legs up the wall. So we're going to put our legs up the wall. And I'd like to invite you to stay in this posture as long as you are able, to really improve circulation and help your body through your illness. So I'm not going to keep it going for a very long time in the video because everybody's got a different amount of time. So let's go ahead and get situated, and then you can stay there as long as you would like. What we'll do is place our bolsters right up by the wall, or pillows, and then come to sit on the bolster right up near the wall, maybe a couple inches away. And then we're going to put our hands back and pivot on our bums so that we are close to the wall, and our come back onto the elbows. Our legs will go up the wall. And then shoulders come down. You can scooch and adjust as you need to. Palms on the ground, facing up. Notice your body here, what you're feeling. Do you feel that flow of blood coming from your feet and going up towards your heart? You can also do this with your legs propped up on the couch. It's just a little bit better if you can keep your knees straight. And finally, I'd like to read a little from 1 Corinthians to you. You can trust that God will not let you be put to the test beyond your strength, but with any trial will also provide a way out by enabling you to put up with it. And I'll leave you with that thought. The Holy Word of God, encouraging you, strengthening you. Thank you for taking the time to complete this practice, even though you're not feeling well. It's my prayer that it helps to bolster you and help get you through. The light and spirit in me honors and appreciates the light and spirit in you. Let peace be with you.